Hi, my name is Deirdre and I'm an engineer at Evervault. Today I'm going to show you how we can support localization in Evervault Inputs. For those of you who don't know, Evervault Inputs is an Evervault hosted iFrame that allows you to collect cardholder data securely directly in the browser. So the Evervault Inputs is visible here on our right. It's this 3-input form. And the way that we've added that is first we initialize the Evervault object like normal, passing in our team UUID and our app UUID. Then we've created the inputs by saying await evervault.inputs and passed in the ID of the HTML tag that we want to inject the Evervault inputs into. So if I go to my HTML page here, you can see that I have a span with an ID of evcc name. So that's the one that I've put my Evervault inputs into. So that's added it to our screen, but I also have this drop down of languages. And when I change my language, the inputs don't change. So that's what we're going to fix now. You can see here I have this function called load translations. So I've prepared a JSON file that has, for each of my languages, the translations that I want to use for each of the fields that Evervault allows you to customize. So for the first one here, it's card number label, and I want it to be card number in English, but for Gaeilge, I want it to be Ivor Cuarta. So here in the script, I've loaded in my translations so they're ready to use. So I'm going to update this handle language change, which is the function that's triggered whenever we choose the language in our dropdown. And first I'm going to get the language that was selected. So I'm going to do const selected language is equal to document.get element by ID. And the ID in this case is just called languages. And I'm going to get the value from that. So now I have the ISO code of the language I want to use. So I'm going to get the translations from the JSON and pass that into Evervault Inputs. So I'm going to say inputs.set labels. And I'm going to pass in translations, which is the dictionary I've loaded up, for the selected language. So now when I run my script, I can choose the language here on the right and it will update. So that's how you change your language based on user input. But if you want to load up the inputs with a particular language, you can just pass it in here when you're creating your inputs. So I'm going to pass in translations and I'm going to start it off with Irish. So this time when I run it, it loads up straight away in Irish. It's as simple as that. If you have any other queries, you can check out our docs or get in touch. Thank you so much.